Hello everybody, Jose Rodriguez here. I hope you enjoyed my last video on the Pro 10 Signature Edition inks from Precision Colors and their performance and what I was able to do when I was creating some profiles for someone. Now we're going to discuss a problem that apparently not too many people know about. The Pro 10, the Pro 1, and if we go back even to the 9500 Mark II, which was really Canon's first consumer level pigment photo printer using 10 colors. It actually preceded the Pro 10 that we now love. These printers would not print with matte black ink when you chose the regular matte media on your photo paper drop down menu in your driver. It would just simply use photo black. And photo black characteristics are absolutely different from matte black. It is a glossy base type ink, and it just doesn't have the density that matte black has. So when you're printing a matte media and you accidentally choose the regular matte paper choice in the drop-down menu for your normal photo papers, you will end up printing with photo black, and you will not have the density in your blacks that you would expect to have. So here's the big problem now. So in order for you to actually trigger the use of matte black ink in your printer is to choose a matte media but through the fine art setting. And unfortunately that forces you to use a rather large and wide border, about 30 to 35 millimeters in the leading and trailing edge. So imagine if you're printing on a small sheet of paper like a letter size paper, you basically wasted about 3 inches of paper on your leading and trailing edges. So what do you do if you want to continue to print and say just set 1/4 inch borders? There's no way that you can do that when you are using the fine art media choice, which is the only way that you can trigger the use of matte black ink so that you can get those strong blacks and nice dense and full contrast results. So sure, you can use QImage Ultimate. There's a trick on how to avoid that border, but again, you would have to have QImage Ultimate. Now, for those of you who are already refilling, I would suggest a simple hack. There's a lot of people that basically concentrate on printing on matte media. So with a printer such as the Pro 10, what you would need to do is basically take one of your photo black cartridges when it goes empty and fill it with your matte black ink that you are using, and then pop that cartridge back in. Remember, the printer driver is going to trigger photo black ink when you choose matte media in the normal photo paper drop-down menu. So by substituting a cartridge with matte black ink, you will be then printing with full strength, denser ink that matte paper expects you to have. Okay? And that's a trick, that's a hack, if you will, that you can do. And what you can do is just prepare 2 cartridges, one with photo black, one with matte black. They all have to be photo black cartridges. All you're going to do is swap them when you need to. And that will prevent you from getting just those drab, low contrast results that printing under the normal conditions for matte paper would produce. Now, more importantly, and here's what I think a lot of paper providers out there forgot to do. When they create ICC profiles for the Pro 10, I think they forgot about the fact that, yeah, you only use matte black ink when you switch over to fine art media, and that will create a chart that will be a little bit difficult to scan. So I think what they're doing is they're just choosing the regular photo black ink, which is your regular matte media choice. Okay, that is not optimal. Okay, so I probably would bet that every profile being produced by every major paper manufacturer using OEM inks on the Pro 10 is basically using all of their matte media that they create and sell and profiling it using the regular matte media choice. And that does not use matte black ink. Now, Precision Colors custom profiles that they give you for free have been created using this hack, filled with MK, okay? And that is a photo black cartridge. They have gone ahead and done that. And so the profile that you get for their ink set for that particular printer for any matte media has been produced using the matte paper choice in your regular photo paper drop-down menu. And that is super, super critical. So keep that in mind. If you're making profiles at home as well, and you have a Pro 10, do that hack, because that will produce the best profile you have ever seen. Do not just let the printer continue using photo black ink, okay? The only other way, as I said earlier, is to switch over to fine art media. No, that forces that wide border, trailing edge and leading edge, and you may not even be able to print that chart correctly anyway, okay? So keep that in mind. It's a very simple hack. If you're already refilling your cartridges, it's not a problem whatsoever. All right, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, it's an easy hack and it will give you the best quality. There's a lot of people complaining about what they're getting when they use matte media. They don't realize what's going on behind the scenes with that printer. All right, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like as always. Happy printing, everybody, and bye-bye.